generative AI as it exists currently. It's been built with stolen goods. Let's just talk a little bit about the sort of content licensing framework that you would favor. Can you give us a sort of a sketch of what that would look like? Something that protects existing copyright law, something that you think would be workable? I'm not asking you to write the statute for us,
Sure,
but just maybe give us a thumbnail overview.
I think quite simply, if Congress could clarify that the use of our content and other publisher content for training and output of AI models is not fair use, then the free market will take care of the rest. Just like it has in the music industry where I worked, in film and television, sports rights. Fundamentally, we think a simple fix or clarification that use of content for training and output of AI models is not fair use, the market will take care of the rest.
I have to say that seems eminently sensible to me, and it leads me to ask the question, why shouldn't we expand that regime outward? Why shouldn't we say that anybody whose data is ingested and then regurgitated by generative AI, whether that's their name, their image, their likeness, why shouldn't they be able also to have a right to compensation? Our copyright laws are quite broad, I think justly so. So, why shouldn't, I'm very sympathetic to this argument for journalists and content creators for whom content creation is a career. But there are lots of other folks for whom it's not a career, but they create things, they have work product, they post things online. Why shouldn't they also be protected? It seems to me that they should. My question to you is, shouldn't there be some sort of federal ban on deepfake images? The reason the public can't separate fact from fiction is in the case of these images, they look like the real thing. They're just indistinguishable. It's not a matter of, the public, they're not paying attention. They are paying attention. That's the problem, is that they look absolutely real. And whether you're a broadcaster or a doctor or a mom or whatever, I just think the idea that at any moment you live in the fear that some image of me out there could be manipulated and turned into something completely else, ruin my reputation. And what's your alternative? Go file a legal suit and fight that out? And most people don't have money for that. This just seems to me, Mr. Chairman, like a situation we've got to address. The broadest reading possible is the one that these tech companies, AI companies are adopting, which is their view is that none of your content should be compensable in any way, right? Mr. Lynch, have your properties received any form of licensing compensation from GAI, from these generative AI?
No, we have not, and that has been their position. Right. Although they negotiate with us, their starting point is we don't want to pay for content that we know that we should be able to get for free.
Right. Anybody, Mr. Leggett, different for you?
I don't want to speak for every one of my members because I do think there are conversations taking place. It's also hard to paint with a broad brush here. They're between the major tech companies and let alone the nascent entrants, but no doubt there are a substantial number of these companies taking that position.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that this is going to be, if the AI companies, which are really just the big tech companies again, if their reading of fair use prevails, it's that fair use is going to be the exception that swallowed the rule. It's the mouse that ate the elephant. We're not going to have any copyright law left. It won't be a matter of, it's a little too broad. It won't exist. It just won't exist. That can't possibly be right. To see an entire body of law just destroyed, that can't possibly be right.